Shalom, shalom. We would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, El Shaddai, Bahasham, Hakadosh. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right, we are at GMS Mississippi camp, all right? But today we got some honorable brothers, all right? And we got the brothers from the Memphis camp, the brother Nabah, all right? We got the brothers from the LA camp, all right? I'm sorry, San Francisco camp, Bay Area, all right? So, all right, we got the Birmingham camp on the other end. Okay, I'm missing somebody else. I think that's it. The coast, the brothers from the Gulf Coast. All right, so we got the Memphis brothers, the San Francisco camp, all right, the Coast brothers, all right, the Birmingham brothers, man. But once, it's the same members, man. Different members, same body, I mean, all right? And what we're going to go into is, per usual, how Esau Edom, the so-called white man according to the Bible, or the so-called white man is Esau Edom, all right? Something that was in my spirit earlier this week is, you know how Esau uses our women against us, right? We actually buy a product when you get a woman. Now, in the ancient world, when you got a Hebrew woman, that was a product too. It was a virgin. That's why you go into that infamous scripture about she not being a virgin and she pulled the tokens of her virginity. What is that man essentially saying? I bought this product brand new. It was a possession. I bought this product at a retail price, and it's a used product. So now there has to be inquisition, showing you that our woman was a product on the right hand side. All right, but she might get Sirach 36, is that 26 or 22? It's like about my location, though. Like that's right, that's right. 36? Is it 26 or 22?
But when it comes to the general public, you don't do that.
The one where it says he to give the wife to give the possession.
All right, it's a rock 36 and 24. It said, he that giveth a wife giveth a possession and help like unto himself.
A possession. Going back to Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter, where the man is basically, there was a merchant conversation. I bought it this woman at a brand new price, yet this product has been tampered with. You see? But I'm saying all that to build to a point, okay? Because we find out in modern dating that you still bought a possession. But Esau has re-engineered our women to be a possession of destruction, a possession of consumerism. All right? Say it again.
I want your IDs.
Are we good?
You good?
Yeah, and we appreciate that, sister.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm going to say, can you read that again?
It says, Sirach 36 and 24. He that getteth a wife getteth a possession.
Yeah, property. Because the whole narrative was women have been liberated from being our property, right? And I have been watching that series, Miss America. The brother Yash put me on. It's on FX. But you can buy the series. And it's basically going into the origins of feminism, starting with Gloria Steinem. All right, there was another woman.
Small hat. She was a small hat.
She was a small hat. And she was set up by the CIA. All right? But they showed you the origins of it. And her opposition was a lady named Penis. I forget her last name. But she's the opposition of Gloria Steinem. But they were showing you in the beginning, in the origins, if they start this liberation thing, it's going to equal to gender neutral bathrooms, women going into military drafts, all right? But see, the thing is, the woman was never liberated. That was the whole hope. You just went from being a domestic help to a corporate help.
It's like y'all was gonna say, she was what's the word? With Esau, what's the word?
You was about to say it too.
Yeah, I was just about to say it. You know, when President Lincoln, when he inaugurated, is that what it is? No. When you switch possessions to somebody else, emancipated water.
Yeah.
She wasn't actually liberated. She was actually emancipated.
Yeah.
Like you said, corporate now.
Yeah.
She's a corporate woman now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Instead of being a possession to a man, you see what I'm saying? Which a woman's supposed to still be in captivity under her father and then under her man. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right. No, and we build it. All right, but as a matter of fact, read that again, brother.
All right, it says Sirach 36 and 24. He that getteth a wife will get a possession, a help like unto himself, a pillar or rest.
A help. All right, going back to what? The book of Genesis. It is not good for man to be alone. Let me make him a helpmeet. All right? But the whole hoax was that you got liberated. And the narrative was that you were oppressed under your man. You have been oppressed from going out and working. But that was the spin. The whole thing was to get you in the work office. Esau did to you what he did to us. He emancipated you from being what did he do to us? We were from being agricultural slaves to industrial slaves. We were from being agricultural slaves to debt slaves. What is the so-called black woman or the average woman? She's a debt slave. She's laden with the yoke of debt. She got student loans, car payments, mortgages, apartments, daycare, credit card debt. You're a debt slave. Prescriptions. Subscriptions.
You know, like to YouTube,
Amazon,
Instagram, Amazon, yeah, all the, women love being entertained.
Yep.
So they gonna buy them subscriptions. They just put it on the credit card.
Yep.
They just close their eyes and they just run up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Run it up. So what happened was he ran the biggest game on you, man. He tricked you into leaving the quarters of your man to being in the corporate quarters, man. But you're still a helpmeet. That's why you have titles like secretary, assistant. Hello, my name is Keisha. How may I assist you? My name is Tamika. How may I help you? All right? You're still a servant. You're just a corporate servant, and you're a debt slave, man. See, when you was a homemaker, you was free of debt. Your husband had to go out and battle the world. All right? And you just had to be a pillar of rest unto him. But now you got to go out and battle the world. I be seeing Keisha leave apartments with a black and mild on her ear. She be looking all broken and frustrated and shit. Just got through cursing out her kids, man. She's sitting in that car with a black and mild like a nigga playing BC and shit, man. All right? Because you're a debt slave and a corporate slave, man. Now you're subject to the payments, man. See, the biggest hoax when it came to women and feminism is that you were never liberated. The only way that you are really liberated is through sexuality. You've been sexually liberated, all right? And you see the outcome of that. But Esau did to the woman what he did to the man. He got you from being one type of slave to another type of slave. If a brother can get that in Proverbs, the borrower is a servant to the lender. Okay. And if you get that in the NLT, I think it's more blatant. And, you know, brother can take over whatever, you know.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 22 and yep. In 7, I'm gonna read the KJV and then the NLT. It says, "The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." So the bankers knew what type of game they was gonna pull. That's how the bankers knew what type of game they was gonna pull for the 12 tribes, mainly the Southern Kingdom. We gonna have this civil war. We're going to liberate them from the grips of these Confederate Edomites and put them in these industrial Yankee Edomites quarters, man. But ultimately, we're going to tax them. Because when we was under agrarian rule, when we were agrarian slaves, we were considered their property. And we were considered their property. Property doesn't own property. Property don't own no mule. Property ain't got no land. All right, so they liberated quote-unquote property. Now we're liberated, but now you ultimately fast forward 100 years, you got car note, insurance, interest rate, student loan, child support. We never left Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Then they ran that same scheme on our women. You from being our quote-unquote help me, our quote-unquote property, but now you work for some Regions Bank. And as soon as you walk in, you say, "I am your helper. How may I assist you?" As soon as you go to a restaurant, "I am your server." You go to a hotel, it's fucking, what do you call it, housekeepers. What does the scripture say a woman should be? A keeper of the house. You never got liberated. You never left your gender role. Your gender role just got outsourced. Yep.
You know?
Because the whole goal of the NWO is really to make the whole world slaves.
Yeah.
So they had a so-called emancipate Jake and assimilate Jake into this Western society because now the NWO is you are a global citizen, and now what they're doing that to Esau Edom now. Esau, the average everyday Edomite, is now being enter into that NWO as well. He's now a debt slave. He's going to own nothing and be happy. So what that whole project, that whole scheme that they ran on Jake, they're now doing it to the whole world now.
And that's why you said Esau's a slave too, right? That's why Esau is buying a van and becoming what? A van lifer?
Yeah, van lifer, yeah.
A backpacker? Because he understands the game. They buying tiny houses. They all they getting off the grid. They're all making the effort to lead the grips of the bankers. They know it's the bankers, man. All right? You're not supposed to work for 40 years then retire. According to our law, you work 6 years.
7 you're free.
On the 7th, you're free. Unless you're a woman. Because you're that man's property, his woman's. That's why I said she should not go out like men servants do. But a man, no, you work 6 years. You know?
And when you work, you work those 6 years, you gain not only knowledge and skill, but you gain possessions as you leave. You get certain things, you get taken care of. Because you gotta have a payment. That payment afterwards, you get set up to where now you're set up. You work for like a rich Israelite family, you know, a young man, you work for 6 years, and on the 7th year you're free. You got out with knowledge and skills of how to do those same tasks, and you get payment too. Whether you getting cattle or you getting gold and silver, so now you're actually set. It was like, you know, like pretty much going to college and then going to what do they call after college? You go to an intern, like an internship, like a paid internship. And then after that internship, now that you get that experience, these multi-international companies, these Fortune 500, they want to hire you because you already worked under them, but you wasn't getting really paid like that. It was like an internship. You see what I'm saying? But in this society, you don't get shit.
The way the bankers got it set up, all right, you're going to be how can I put this? You're paying notes. You're paying payments for things you would never own. And by the time you pay it off, it's going to be either obsolete or so depreciated in value that you can't get money from.
Or like a mortgage. Yeah. They call it a mortgage because it's a death note when you break down the word. Basically, you're never going to pay it off. And say you do pay it off, well, you don't own the land. You don't own the lolodial title. You don't own the airspace, and neither do you own the land. They can come in with intimate domain, and they can take over your shit. You see what I'm saying? Which shows you that you're still a slave.
And that's in Sirach 21. He that buildeth a house with other man's money is like a man that basically built his own grave. Because what is a mortgage? What do you call it? Collateral. Using the house as a collateral to the bankers. All right, now let's speak about collateral, man. You don't use a livelihood for your collateral. The scriptures call it a pledge. You can go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'll go I'll read the NOT now. Okay. This is Proverbs 22:7. Just as the rich rule the poor, so the borrower is servant to the lender.
The borrower is a servant to the lender. So what gain is the elite pull on all citizens? Lendership or borrowing. All right? That's why you can go and take out a loan. And what does it say in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter? Let's go get it, bro, man. Let's go get it, man. See, this then they gave us the monopoly board to fuck with us. Am I wrong, bro? They gave us the monopoly board to fuck with us. Like, this is what we doing with you. All right? Gave us play money. Let's play money.
Yeah, we're actually not even using actual real money. Right. You know, gold and silver is actually real money, and it's a spirit. When you got gold and silver in your hand, that's an actual spirit that comes with that. Just as these Federal Reserve notes, these talismans are actually spirits as well. But really, in all actuality, there's no wealth. Once this society crashes, gold and silver is still going to be valuable. Federal Reserve notes is going to go to zero. All fiat currencies go to zero eventually.
You know, so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American Spanish are true Israelites. Why? Because it's spiritual curses. You know, it speaks about how right here in Deuteronomy 28, the strangers. My this is Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The strangers that is within thee shall get above thee very high.
Now let's get some context. You got one of my favorite chapters, Leviticus, the 24th chapter. That's at the foundation for group economics, right? Now, Leviticus 25th chapter you had the stranger living in our headquarters, and we had laws on them. You could charge interest to a stranger. You know, but you can't charge interest to your Hebrew brother. You see? But now the curse is flipped. The stranger that is within thee, that was in your headquarters forehead.
Right. It says, and thou, now read it back over. The strangers that within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Now, get above thee very high. Now we're in their headquarters. There's a spirit. There's a trust mark building up there. Down the street around the corner, it's a Regents building. All right, we all had to get a loan for something, and all these banks are owned by Edomites. At least 100 years ago, you had owned banks, but even then, it was their money, Esau's money. The stranger that is within thee. We've been in slavery so long, Jacob don't even understand the motion that took place. You gotta borrow money from a heathen. In our homeland, they borrow money from us, and we charge interest.
Well, what does Scripture say? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. See, if you understood the knowledge that we were those people, you would actually have you have a different mindset in your daily activities here in Babylon the Great. You see what I'm saying? If you understood the prophecy, you understand, okay, this is temporary. Now I know why these heathens are over me. Why we're such in a low state. And now how do I present and how do I carry myself and how do I pass down that legacy down to my family? You see what I'm saying? Being a Hebrew is like coming back to Heavenly Father. But you see that our people are lost, so they say, I don't give a fuck about that. Who cares? You nigga, I don't want to hear that. Get money. You see what I'm saying? So they're in a super low vibration, not understanding that these other nations have power over you. You gotta come to them. If you want a loan, if you want to buy a house, you gotta come to Esau. Okay, if you want to buy a car, you gotta come to Esau. You can't just you just can't just be using big amounts of cash. Esau gonna come like, where you get that money from? You didn't pay me my taxes. Where you get that from? So no matter where you move, he's there, which shows you that the stranger is over us.
And it's a shame. That's not supposed to be your normalcy. You're supposed to have shame walking into that dealership. I gotta go to this, I gotta get approved. I gotta get approved by a heathen. A credit check.
Now, so you got a thing called predatory lending. It's like an unethical practice where Esau pretty much loaned out to lower income people. I think I did a video some years ago. It was going into like Holmes County. That's like the poorest county in Mississippi. I feel like the average household income is like maybe $18,000 a year. So Jake was getting duped into getting those type of loans. And they know they can't even afford those interest rates.
Is that Tulip in Lexington, Mississippi?
It's probably like Holmes County.
But that's how Esau get down. Well, you got a fucking credit card average APR with that interest is about 22%. That's predatory. You can't pay off 22% and it accrues every month. So whatever balance is owed, it's gonna hit that balance. 22% every fucking month. You pay and then they say, okay, here's the minimum payment. You got $15 minimum payment. You pay $15. That you're not even eating the principal. You're not even paying off. You barely even paying off the interest. So interest is going to grow. Basically, they want you in slavery. It's not meant. These loans are not meant for you to pay off. You see what I'm saying? You get a car loan. When you drive it off the lot. It's brand new, right? 20-30% depreciated already. So they already duped you out of 20-30% of your money. You lost that. You paid a car $100,000. That car is now worth $70,000 now. And you drove it 1 mile. You drove it once. It's worth 70,000 miles, $70,000, right? $100,000 car. You lost 30%. Within 3 years, you lose another 40%. Okay, so that car is now worth $30,000 resale value. You lost $70,000, right? Don't keep the car 5 years. And what happens? It just start breaking down.
Obsolescence.
You see what I'm saying? So it's already built into how they. It's designed that way. It's designed for you to lose.
It's a very intricate, brilliant design. It is very well thought out design.
It goes back to what? The curses.
And it's going to lead to the corruption.
Yep.
Because it's going to be a digital credit system.
That's it.
You know, so the ultimate goal is to make you a global citizen that's plugged into the matrix through a digital credit system that implant, man.
You see how the people react, you know what I'm saying, when it's a crisis. You know what I'm saying, like they brought in, 2020. That was like a pre-roll. They're getting ready for, time to come, man, with the Jacob Trump. And this time, they're gonna come. It might not come back. But going back to Esau being the head. This is verse 44. And he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
See, we're born into slavery. And that's why the scripture says, is Israel a servant, still a homeborn slave. I looked up that word homeborn slave in the Blue Letter a while back, and it said fidelity because of born in the house. The slave had more fidelity because it was born into the house. And Jake is born into it, so you don't have to get broken into it. So you're born into a world where it's normal to get a loan. It's normal to get charged predatory loans and high interest rates. It's normal to just live a life in debt. It's normal to not have anything passed down from your father. Don't you understand, for lack of better words, we had a heritage culture. Like I said, going back to Leviticus 25th chapter, the book of Tobit was an excellent example of Tobias getting an inheritance from his father-in-law and his father. So when his father died and his father-in-law died, he had both their substances, man. So we had systems that didn't include Esau. Part of Jake being a fucking homeborn servant, he can't imagine a world where he lives without Esau. So the scriptures more than just the laws. These were systems of self-sustaining without another nation ruling over you, man.
And that goes to that knowledge we're coming back to understanding that. We didn't know that because we were born into slavery. We were born into the white man's way. We were born in America, the American way, Social Security cards, birth certificates, right? Hip hop, rap studios, the basement, BET, MTV. We was born into that, football, basketball. We didn't understand, economics, socio-economic status. We didn't understand, inheritance. What's the fuck is inheritance? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Shit, all you remember is your uncle died and they was fighting over who's gonna pay for the funeral. Or grandma would die your aunties and uncles, they was fighting over the money. Like little kid, like crabs. Yeah. And one auntie took all the money and left the state and shit. The inheritance, the grandparents didn't set the inheritance down. They didn't sit down. They didn't write it out. They didn't write out the will. They didn't do it like Esau does. He already has this shit set up. He already has it in trust. He already put it in trust, so now it accrues interest, and then it doesn't. And then you can't tax it. So that's knowledge that he has that our people don't have. You see what I'm saying? In that slave-like mindset, and neither do they want to know of that type of knowledge. But more importantly, they don't want to know the knowledge of Yahweh Shah.
Because the riches come with that. Mm-hmm. You come to Yahweh Bahashim outside, he's going to give you the mindset to rule the world. He's going to give you all the goods, to have that socio-economic status. But it all starts with obedience. So we had disobedience. Now we're under these motherfuckers, man. Get paid crumbs every 2 weeks. All right? You glad that you got overtime.
Well, that's wicked in itself, getting paid every 2 weeks. Yeah. You're supposed to get paid at sundown every day. And he taking out 40%. He taxing your ass. That's the unrighteous decree right there.
Right.
So Esau told you couldn't do it unless you got him. And what you do, you went and got the fire line.
Lamentations chapter 5 verse 4. We have drunken our water for money.
That's a form of servitude.
All right, they doing.
And even today, you drink what? Bottled water. Literally. You got a water bill. Dirty ass water. All right, y'all ever been to a cesspool, man? I have. They take that shit water from the grid and they so-called clean it out through this filter. And they send it right back to your ass, man. You shower in it, man. We shower in it. All right.
Our wood is sown unto us.
Yep.
Our necks are.
Well, your wood would be used to what? To heat your home. So energy.
Yep.
So you got energy bill. You got a gas and electric bill. If it get cold, you better pay Esau, or you gonna be fucking freezing. It get hot, you need air conditioning. You better pay this nigga. You better pay him that money so you can blow that nice cold air. You see what I'm saying? So we paying for that. He has certain laws where you can't chop down trees if you had a wood burning stove. That's how we would heat up our home anciently, the wood burning stove, and it works. You get fined, you get thrown in jail, you cut down trees. Why? Because it's Esau trees.
See, we're under the rule of the Baptists. You're going to find out that the least run this world. And it all, just like I got to be careful with my words. But the plants, you use plants to help yourself, right? You got animals, you use plants. You get popular with that, they off you, man.
Oh yeah.
Because they want, hey, you gotta get them pills, boy. Yeah, Dr. Sabi. Cause now you gotta get this pill game. See, these pills, another form of slavery. You're gonna be a slave to these pills. If you don't take these pills, you're gonna have to deal with pain.
If I say this too, going back to the energy of the wood, there are certain people that came out with, energy. You can create energy out of air. You can create energy out of water. They made a water hydro motor that can go like 500-600 miles on a gallon. This is water. They killed this nigga, man.
Oh, you talking about they had him killed at the grocery store, right?
I don't know if that's the one, but it's a couple of instances like that. Yeah. But it was a guy that made that engine, and they put him to death. The one Jake that made the water, he made a machine that pulls oxygen out from the air and makes clean water. Bro. I'm not sure if they took him out, but they sabotaged that whole thing.
Yeah, because there was one, I'm familiar with that one.
Okay.
And there was another guy, he was a security guard, but he also built the engine that can run off water.
That might be him. Might be him.
If I'm not mistaken, because this is out there in New York, they sent that 18-year-old to assassinate everybody in the store. Really was a hit out on him. Because he was working in that store. Everybody else is kind of like that was part of like a cover up to kill them.
Yeah.
That was after him. Because that's gonna cut out their monopoly, man. Gasoline, or even the electric shit, man. Alright, that's their monopoly, man. I know you could have had electric vehicles in the 1800s.
Oh yeah.
With Nikola Tesla. Alright.
Well, Nikola Tesla, he has the knowledge how to pull energy from frequencies. Basically out of thin air. Like you can like Bluetooth, right? Bluetooth you connect, that's an actual energy. That's an actual energy that you can tap into, and it actually has a current. The MOTV is gonna work off of current. The battery's gonna be you, but you're gonna talk to different devices, it's gonna be a current, and you can communicate. So if Esau knows how to actually tap into different frequencies, whether it's 500 megahertz or whatever it may be, 450, 900, 1900, and actually send signals, send waves, send energy. So Esau has technology to basically wireless charging, like your phone, to charge your phone, have something over here and shoot it to your phone, and your phone starts charging. There's technology like that.
Well, I believe you, because they would say that in the ancient days, during the time of Egypt, that they had to be moving the bricks with something.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't know the depths of it, because in according to the scriptures, we was moving them damn bricks. But you got certain kingdoms that was like the Mayan. It was like, nah, that was moving these bricks with frequencies. But that would make sense. That's all I say about that. To be able to move something with frequencies, that would make sense. If you can extract energy, a current from a vibration, you know, because you go to sleep with certain hertz. 432 hertz, 528 hertz. You know, now you feel energized. You might have a headache, now you don't have a headache. You know? So it's something. You know? Alright. Okay.
Verse 5, our necks are under persecution.
And part of that persecution is you're laden with debt. You're laden with debt, man. Because your financial situation would be better at 21 than 36. A lot of Americans, their financial situation was better at 21 than at 36.
Yeah, you wasn't in so much debt.
You wasn't in so much debt. And then at least they give you qualify for a credit card while you're in high school. Like your senior year in high school, they hit you with the army stuff and the credit card stuff, man.
Yeah, I remember.
You don't know shit about credit cards at 18.
Or they make sure on purpose that they don't show you and tell you about these things in school. They don't want you to be financially literate. Because there is a way to be financially literate and to use the system. They have all the knowledge of how to use the system, how to use credit, how to use credit cards, how to get mortgages, how to use the bank's money and stuff like that. To leverage all that, right? But they don't show you that information in school. They damn sure are not going to show the Israelites.
That's why they call it the food system. Because I'm thinking like, damn. I'm going to say something else when you get the scripture. Go ahead.
We labor and have no rest. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Syrians to be satisfied with bread.
Because look, we labor and have no rest. You're chasing these bills. Alright? And you're giving your power to the Egyptians, man. So you're getting your bread from Esau. Alright? But this is the thing. That's what I was going to say. School, right? Education, right? We was all born to get so-called education. Right. But in actuality, you're being bred to consume. From the time you was 4 years old, you had been advertised commercials. The real education or the real grooming was those commercials. Why were you giving commercials as a child? I used to watch the called One Saturday Morning. It was like on ABC. It's like a Cartoon Network type of thing. But in between it had commercials. Why do you have commercials for kids? So it wasn't about what you was going to school for. The elites are breeding consumers. In America, you're just being bred to be a consumer. All these countries, even blue zone countries, what are they doing? Advertising Coca-Cola to those third world countries. McDonald's. The stuff in school, that's garbage. They're breeding consumers. Like I said, that's why they never tell you about a credit card. They really don't tell you about how to use a banking system. You're just being bred to build consumers.
You're being indoctrinated.
You're being indoctrinated, man. Even with so-called education, right? The food they give you is garbage. So if you was really educated, you know what to put inside your body. So they're training you to eat poor food, and you're going to be a slave to the big pharma.
Well, it doesn't educare in the Latin, which means to draw out. Right? You're actually being indoctrinated. That means they're putting their doctrine inside you.
They're not drawing it,
right? How to be a consumer. Because you grow up with those same brands that are in your mind, which is a form of programming, which is a form of mind control. You might not really be paying attention to it, but you through the years you see Pepsi, you see the logo Pepsi, you see people drinking Pepsi, having fun at the football game or the basketball game, and you grow up, oh shit, you see people drinking Pepsi, so you're like, oh shit, let me drink Pepsi now. Now you're a Pepsi drinker, you're like, ooh, that's good. And the whole time this shit destroying you. But that was all done, like you said, when you were 4, starting at 4. That indoctrination, you keep seeing this in all the movies and all your cartoons and all the advertisement. Your teacher got a Pepsi on the table and shit while she's grading your papers and shit. So all these companies Esau owns, he just wants you to buy, consume. You know, be carnal, be in the flesh. He doesn't actually teach you not even the basic things of how to live in society and be peaceful in society. He teaches you violence. You see, like the Grand Theft Auto, you playing Grand Theft Auto as a kid, they're glorifying violence. Call of Duty, they're glorifying violence. So now you're in the real world, and they're actually doing that. They're actually killing people. You see what I'm saying? These cities, murder is high in all these different American cities, and that's a normal thing. Nobody's actually fighting. There's no big coalition of people that's marching and telling the government to stop all this gang violence, stop all this murder. Stop all this kidnapping.
Look behind the small hats. Going to the rappers, the music industry.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they get these people, they give them money, they give them fame. They want to loot them out of other people.
And then if you grow up poor and you see a Jake that looks like you rapping about selling drugs, and he has glory, the women want him, everybody respect him. He come to your city, everybody go crazy. Of course you might imitate his lifestyle, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Jake suffering on no cursing, man. You know what I'm saying?
And back to the jail.
So but it's not that I made this decision blatantly. It was calculated for you to make that decision.
I back to do number 28.
Now it's like the brother was going into, like, you getting prepped at a young age by these violent video games. And you know what I'm saying? It's like then when you get older, you get desensitized to it. When you see somebody get killed or something like that.
There's a part of your brain, I believe it's reticulated, activated system. Whatever plays in your mind over and over again, you're prone to do it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's part of Esau's high-level witchcraft. He studied sociology. He studied psychology. He studied color psychology. He understands certain colors bring out certain emotions, certain frequencies. There's certain frequencies that bring out emotions. You see what I'm saying? There's certain color, there's certain frequencies, there's certain words that the new speak. He'll say certain words to conjure, like spelling, right? Which is what? Spell book. So the spelling is all about spelling. Spell books. Okay? Grammar, go back to Grimoire, which is a book of spells. So his words are as swords, as the scriptures say. A two-edged sword. You see what I'm saying? His words are very slick, it's smooth. So he trapped you with his words as well.
And that's not Esau. That's not Esau, man.
Who could it be?
Because Esau got that extended vocabulary too. He got that new speak, man. And
Let's lock it. I was gonna say the serpent talk.
I read this book. It's basically like an entrepreneur book, how to sell to people, and it was breaking down how commercials use choice words. Like they might say, it's virtually unbreakable. Why do they have to say virtually? So to break, you want to sue them.
Yeah.
They real meticulous with the words, man. He's subtle, man. Crafty, man.
Go back to the circle.
Right. Can I put some out?
Let's go, bro.
It's Job 21:7. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power. Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes.
Hey, going back to established, what's going into heritage, right? How the bankers, I'm sorry, brother. How the bankers had a trust system, how they pass down. That's part of that being established.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got systems to keep their name in the earth, man. But they do the direct opposite with us. We have an anti-father culture. So the way the banker set up Jake, man, you're not supposed to have your dad in the house.
Yep.
But if your dad not there, you will never be established. Your name will never be established if you don't even know your dad.
Well, that's a system in itself.
Yeah.
He has systems to make sure his name and his heritage is established. Well, the scriptures talk about how he passes his wealth to his children. Well, there's a system, which the system is a pit, basically. A system is a trap. When you go into the word system, it's a system for Jake to stay in the current situation that they're in.
And part of that system is he got Jake moving like animals. You know, you pop a baby out and let it just roam in the wild and find itself in the jungle. So there's no system to cultivate you to run the land. If you was my son, I have no system to where when you turn a certain age, you take over my estate. All I know is you my son, you still on the other side of town, I get you twice a week, if that. So like you said, there's no system to where we stay in power, man. All right?
I saw a video, it was like an elderly Edomite, you can tell he was wealthy. So he was going into how, like, just with the credit system, how they start off like they children like 14, 15 years old, put credit into their names. By the time they get out of high school, they got like a credit score of 850. But meanwhile, Jake, they do that. Jake probably have, credit and everything, or furniture and everything, with 15 years old.
Yeah.
But they still
Big Mama did it. You know, ran up they credit, they 18, they got a fucking 540 credit score. You know what I mean?
But I learned, because somebody said it's free just because you're the product. Jake is being indoctrinated to be a consumer. So even if we give Jake $5,000, $10,000, what is he gonna do?
Yeah.
He's gonna spend it.
Well, look at these rap NBA niggas, these entertainment jakes. They'll be, have a contract $50 million, and then 5 years later they're broke. How is that possible? Most NFL players, NBA players, they go broke. They don't laugh because there's no financial knowledge, no financial understanding of how to use wealth, and then they got the small hat. Doing managing their money. You see what I'm saying? Telling them, okay, do this, do that, the whole time, scamming you out of, all your wealth. And they've been indoctrinated, going back to the indoctrination, that so-called education in the school system to be consumers.
And one thing, go ahead, bro.
Now, so I was talking to Brother Bayer earlier. He was going into how Mike Tyson back in the 90s, he was spending $40,000 a day. In the 90s, $40,000 a day. He wound up broke.
Like 30 years ago, 40 years ago. So yeah, and he had a generous spirit. A lot of Texans get rich and they're generous, man. They don't understand how money works, But that's like a child. You never develop a man. When it comes to money, he's gonna be like a child.
Say child left to himself.
But the white Esau gets paid off for all of that. We get the rest of it around the
I got a piece of this. This is Proverbs 12 and 26. One of my favorite scriptures. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Oh, you gonna break that down?
I'll read it again.
All right.
No, you got it.
Okay.
It says this is Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Hey, now I'm gonna get scriptural. That seduction is transgression from Yahweh Bahashemah Rashai. He knows he has to keep us far from our power. Then again, it's depth into that. He seduced us to be what? Consumers. We've been emasculated through the American culture. So when we get money, we spend it like a child. We deal with women like a child. All right, we don't know how to deal with a woman in the sense of building something. She's been a part of a structure to build something. He got us chasing our own women like we're horny little teenagers. You know? So the way the wicked seduces them, he seduces us out of a rulership mindset, man.
He's marketing to us sin culture.
He marketed to us sin culture,
The
man.
same thing that he did to Eve. It's the same thing that he did. It's just the same old serpent, the same old devil, the same old wiles, the same old devices. He's doing the same exact thing. Now that's how we're able to identify through the Spirit, going back into the Scriptures, saying, "Oh, this is Esau. He doing the same shit."
That old serpent.
So what did he do first? He had to get the strong man out of the house.
Yep.
So he had to attack the household, break that up, put the woman in there. Now we grew up with single mothers that's going to make all the wrong decisions. And that's going to instill his doctrine, because it's the doctrine of Eve that she raised up these young little niggas, little Tyrone and shit like that, and Keisha and that's the doctrine of Esau. He gave that to Eve, and Eve facilitates that and brings it to her children. Because if the man was in the house, he wouldn't have that. A man in a right mind. You got it.
All right, let me just cut you
Yeah,
off.
you got it.
This is the welfare state was about. And you know, the liberals and shit. And food stamps. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
But you know what that fucking did?
Yep.
That made a subhuman race. You got Esau and how he moves, you got Jacob how he moves, and it makes you think that Esau's superior. If you look at Esau how he moves in the other nations, you look at Jacob, it's like, damn, why they so much more than us? Why they so smarter than us? Why they got more than us? Look what this nigga did. He created a subhuman race, took daddy out the household, raised you by the weaker vessel, and put you in a degenerate environment. You know?
Gave you degenerate food, degenerate water,
music.
Oh, and then he not only that, I mean the food is low, but he actually poisoned the food on purpose. He'll put heavy metals in those cereals that Jake like to eat. He'll fuck up the milk that Jake like to drink, the corn that Jake like to eat. You know, all the staples. Flour. He'll make sure that he poison it more in our neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying?
Chemtrails. Then in the 80s, the crack. And I was gonna say in the 80s, the rate of autism was a certain percentage. But now it's like quadruple. Now like 1 in 4 Israelite babies got autism, man.
You can hear about that. You know, it's coming up in high school.
Nah, man.
Autism.
Nobody knows what the spectrum was.
It go back to them those jump shots. Right? There's certain when you're a so-called black man, right? You go into the hospital, a woman, child, you get a different type of service than the so-called white man or a so-called white woman. They give you different therapies. They're more inclined to inject you with experimental shit than they would do their own people. And that's just how they get down. Look at the Tuskegee experiment. We can go on and on about the different things. You got Miriam Sims, the father of gynecology. He experimented on a black woman in slavery with no anesthesia. The way that whole section of medical gynecology is set up, that was due because in slavery they was experimenting on Jake, and they perfected those techniques. Same thing with brain surgery, same thing with heart surgery. So they use us as test subjects.
That's why they say slick things like the black woman that got tough skin.
Oh yeah. No, they go back to
They
that.
go back to slavery. And they would experiment on her, man.
He was like, no, that's the father.
Yeah, the father got
All type of tools in there, you know, vagina.
How are the wicked things that Esau searched out, man? You got some shit to pay for, man.
Pay for it, bro.
That's why we got a high mortality rate in the damn hospital. The so-called black woman has a high mortality rate, and the baby that she has a high mortality rate in the so-called hospitals, man.
Yep, that's right.
That's why Jake, you got a fear. I know I do. The thought of going to the hospital and put something in your chest, like, oh no, man, I'm about to ride this out, man.
Yeah, 'cause you come out of that hole damn near dead, or with some crazy shit. You know, you go in there with you had a cough. You know, you just had a cough, right? And you come out with cancer. Now you say you gotta radiate you. Now you need this shot, you need that shot, you need this surgery. You see what I'm saying? You didn't even need that. You just needed, you need some elderberry or some shit like that. You know what I mean? You need some yarrow root. You know, you didn't even need all that. But see, that's again going back to the curses. This is all systematically set up by the Heavenly Father.
Because you're the perfect earth man. The Israelite man is at one with the earth. So the Heavenly Father made things in the earth to specifically balance you out. So the earth will take to you better than it takes to anybody.
Well, in the serpent, right, it says thou art cursed from the earth. So everything that Esau tried to put his hand on, even it said that the crops won't even yield their their strength. That's why he has to use all the fertilizer, right? But we, like the brother was going in, we're of the earth, Adama. Okay, we're actually of the earth. That dark, rich soil, the melanin and all that. When we go into the sun benefits us. When we eat an apple, the apple benefits us.
We taste every nutrient in that apple, every flavor in that apple. You know, Esau can't taste every flavor like how we taste every flavor.
And he's hurt. He's hurt about it. That's why he experimented. What is it? There must be some type of fucking DNA, some type of chemical that I can extract, that I can get from him, that I can experience. I can experience this world better. You know, I can transcend. That's what what was that movie? The Sunken Place. What was the Sunken Place movie?
Get Out.
The Get Out, where he wanted to actually get inside you and experience life as an Israelite.
And he looked at those eyes too. It's like it's those eyes. And when they hear music, nobody feels what we feel. You know what I mean?
That was your time.
Well, nobody feels what we feel when we hear music, man.
What do they say? The eyes are the gateway to the soul.
Yeah.
So he wants our soul. That's what the MOTV is all about. It's about getting into our soul, man. Taking our spirit.
This article from sharp.com is just going into understanding post-traumatic slave syndrome, which is PTSS. It says, how do these events connect to African Americans' physical and mental health? They add to post-traumatic slave syndrome, PTSS.
Hey, they tell us just shut up.
I ain't seen one.
Get back to work. Pull yourself up by the bootstrap.
Right, get over it.
Yeah, get over it.
One thing they want you to do, get
I know a
over it.
couple of Jakes that don't
Forget
went out
about,
swimming with a bunch of Edomites and guess who never came back?
Oh yeah.
They came but on the stretcher.
You know?
You know what I'm
So
saying?
it says, a term coined by internationally renowned researcher Jordan McCrew, PhD, to describe the multi-generational trauma and injustices experienced by African
And
Americans.
nobody really wants to talk about that. What because if you really, we're the case study of how to destroy people.
Bro.
You see what I'm saying? We're pretty much. We were the test subject, and now those same tactics are being used against these other nations, and these other nations are mad. That's why the scripture say the other nations they're angry. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, hell no!
Now they start trying to cry out.
Yeah, they crying out. Yeah,
Anyway, money was under the bridge.
Coming
So
on the
whatever
expressway, they holding the signs up.
And one thing you see that they always try to get with Jake to justify their movement. You see what I'm saying? If we get skilled the black people, see, we understand each other now.
Right.
You know, we're both oppressed
So
people.
Edomite like, oh, you don't need that money, you go ahead and get it.
So it says to describe the multi-generational trauma and injustices experienced by African Americans from the dawn of slavery to the recent deaths of black citizens at the hands of police. PTSS has similarities to the more widely known diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD.
Yeah, okay, if I can make a point, because, you know, when Jake is born in these low-income areas, or, areas where you call, projects, which a project is an experiment, basically Jake is born in a war zone, man. When you look at what you would call the ghetto or the hood, it's an area that's deserted.
What they call the concrete jungle.
A concrete jungle.
You got food deserts.
Yep.
That's why the American hoods is laboratories. It's fucking laboratories, man. The 12 tribes, they're fucking lab rats in the laboratory, man.
We always go to like with Chicago, where, came on those
Project
houses, like the word project means to just throw forth.
Yeah, project. Because they put us in concentrated camps. That's right. You know?
So it says similar signs to include avoiding certain places.
Yeah, because the ultimate goal is to do the same thing to the whole world. So then we were test subjects of how do we set it up? How do we do it? Okay, what are the outcomes of putting these type of people in this small small area, giving them these certain type of food, giving them this certain type of music. You see what I'm saying? Manipulating the family structure. So now they know, okay, boom, game plan. All right, we can do it to the Moabites, we can do it to the Ammonites, we can do it with him. We can do it with everybody now.
The Edomite that did the movie review on Get Out, he said that in so many words. He was like, the Negro in America, because he was offended that it was too much truth in the movie, and that it exposed a lot. But he was like, the Negro in America is the image for the global citizen.
Yeah.
So like you said, like Israelite men and women are that case study, man.
He gonna use Jake. Why Jake gonna be the most one when they come out?
Because who was the first person in the United States to take the jump shot?
Jake.
It was Jake.
Jake, there was pushing Jake to do it.
It was a nigga woman. It was a Benjamite woman. It was a nigga woman, Benjamite woman. She was the first one they put up there to take the jump shot here in America. So they already show you what it is. They show you that you were in the forefront of all these different things. But the LGBT, who the first forefront of that? Jake. You see what I'm saying? Gang violence. Jake. When Esau, he actually owns weapon manufacturing companies. He actually creates missiles and ships to different nations to blow people up. If anything, he's the man of the sword. He loves guns, but who's the image of guns? Average so-called black man. See what I'm saying? So you see how the Satan, he flips it. When he's really should be at the forefront of these wicked devices. But see, now the Holy Spirit is revealing them. Okay, and he's upset about that, and ultimately, what he's going to do, he's going to try to destroy it. He's going to try to destroy the two witnesses. Okay,
because we're the one, the Holy Spirit is speaking through the witnesses to tell who to pull his curse back. Like you said, he's gonna, i.e., make an effort to kill the messenger.
Yep, you kill the what do they call the witness? You know, like in court. Cause this is, we're in court right now. We're in front. The Heavenly Father is the true judge. We're judges, and we're smaller judges on the earth as well, right? But He's done wrong to us. Right? He's done wrong to us, and we're telling the Most High, look what he's doing, look what he's doing. But Esau on the other side, he's giving up that wicked sacrifice as well. He's basically accusing us. Oh no, they was doing it. Look at it. They eating pork. They shooting each other. You see that? You see the Keisha twerking. You see what I'm saying? But the whole time, this nigga is the one that put the stumbling block in front of us.
That's why he known as the accuser of thy brother. You know, the Lord gonna cast them down.
So it makes sense though, because the criminal Esau, he want to kill the ones who have that testimony of Yahushua.
That's it.
That's why all boys
which goes all the way back. Everything foreshadows with Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Why did Cain kill Abel? Is because he was jealous of Abel, because Abel's sacrifice was righteous and his wasn't. So it's the same thing. Esau is throwing up a sacrifice before the Heavenly Father right now through this NWO, through all the things that he's doing, and then you have the elect throwing up a sacrifice before the Most High, because he's actually sending prayers to Yahweh. Right? So he's sending prayers to Yahweh, sacrifice to Yahweh. He's putting people to death. He's doing all kinds of crazy shit. And then we're also sending sacrifices to Yahweh through his son Yahweh. Okay, so when the Lord, who is the Lord gonna hear? He gonna hear the elect Israelites, and he gonna take you out. Okay.
So real quick, Ecclesiasticus 35:7. The sacrifice of a just man is acceptable.
See, it's acceptable. So the Lord, like what we're doing right now, we're on the altar right now. Okay. Right. And the sacrifices that we put up now are it's not goats and rams and turtle doves and stuff like that. It's our reasonable sacrifice is what we're doing right now. Okay, of a contrite spirit, of a broken and contrite spirit. You see what I'm saying? Dealing righteously with your brother, being accommodable, being respectable, repenting. The fruits of the spirit, those are the sacrifices now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, doing the work.
Doing the work. You see what I'm saying?
Say that make the body a living sacrifice, right?
Holy and acceptable unto the Most High, which is a reasonable service. Which the word holy means to be separate. Yeah. So to be separate from this world, which Esau, he's trying to bring everybody into his image, right? And the Lord is like, what are you doing? My image is going to be down here on the earth. And see, we're express image of the Heavenly Father down here on the earth, and this is why Esau is so upset, because there's really nobody combating his NWO.
Hey, look. Man said that, like speak too much, but AI, all right, is going to become your God.
Your new God, Elon Musk said that.
Your power. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you already know what that leads to.
Yeah, Esau, Edom, they want the image of Rome to be established forever, man. He said that too. It's not going to happen.
Right.
You get that one devil. Is it Noah Harari? Yeah. It was him or it was another devil that made the point. Now they have the power to hack the software of life.
Yeah.
They want to hack the spirit, man. Like you said, that's why they want to put the Quran in.
And that word, that nigga Yaval, that's the true nigga. Yaval goes back to Yahweh in Genesis, I believe that's the 6th chapter. What he the lineage of Cain. He's like the grandson, he's like a grandson of Cain, something like that. Yeah, Yahweh. Okay, well just show you that those are the same. He a small head too. Will show you these are the same people coming back. You see what I'm saying? That same spirit. Okay.
Because prophecy had to be fulfilled as Esau's the end of the world. All right, and Jacob was giving that following, man. He oppressed his brother.
That's right, bro. This making Ecclesiasticus 35:7. The sacrifice of a just man is acceptable, and the memorial thereof should never be forgotten.
Yeah, so everything that we're doing down here is forever. And we continue all the way to the end, pushing His word. The works that we've done are going to be spoken about for all eternity, just like we speak about the works of Yahushua. That's going to be for all. We still speak about the works of Yahushua. That's 2,000 years ago. We still speak about the works the Lord did, what Moses did, what Aaron did. You see all the righteous men did. It's the same. Is not the spirit of the prophets subject to the prophets? So the Most High, the memorial of the prophets, the righteous men, is going to last forever. But what's the memorial of Esau? What's the latter end of Esau? Is he going to dwell forever? Is he going to ride off into the sunset? Is the NWO going to be established forever? And everybody got chips inside of them, and it's a fucking cyberpunk. It's a dystopia. You know, we're brothers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If that's what it is, absolutely not.
It ain't gonna be like
that.
that.
Real quick, Slocky, can you get Joe? Are you Joe 20? Let's see that.
There we go.
Go ahead. That's right. You start at 4. I'm sorry. Start at 4 and you can jump down.
This is the book of Job 20, verse 4. It says, knowest thou this of old?
Yeah, knowest not thou this of old. I mean, this goes all the way back to the beginning. You should know this. This is knowledge that everybody in the earth should understand. Go ahead.
Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth?
Since man was placed upon earth, since the first man was placed upon earth, okay? You should understand, since the first man was placed upon earth, go ahead.
That the triumphing of the wicked is short.
So the Most High never really set it up for the wicked to succeed. They always had a short season. The Lord, He does bring judgment, and He does create evil and all that. But at the end of the day, what's the overlying message of the Most High? Righteousness, right? The righteousness is supposed to dwell forever, but we had to experience wickedness, and now we're at the little season of wickedness, which wickedness is at the all-time high now. Is at the pinnacle, to where now the Lord's like, I'm gonna destroy this bitch. I'm gonna wipe everybody off of America, and I'm only gonna save a remnant of my people. Everybody else is gonna get burned up. The animals gonna get burned up. The rivers gonna get burned up. The trees, the cars, the fucking the new AI supercomputer that Esau's trying to build in Memphis, Egypt again, right? He's trying to build. That's gonna get burned up. Everything's gonna get burned up, and the powers are gonna get shaken. They're gonna run into their bunkers. Okay, it's game over basically. When the prophets came out, it was pretty much game over. Your season was getting ready to be plucked up. Go ahead.
That's right. And the joy of the hypocrite, but for
yeah, enjoy yourself. Esau, you should really be enjoying yourself right now. You should get a big ass bottle of wine from vintage 1776. You see what I'm saying? You both 1776 America. You should be drinking fucking last bottle of the 1776 vintage wine. Okay, you should have you got the slaves. You like to drink the blood of the children. You should have a big ass bottle of that. You know, get drunk off of that, because this is it. All right, this is only for a moment. Okay, you deceiving the whole nation. The scriptures say it was only for a season. Okay, go ahead.
Though his excellency mount up to the heavens.
Right, has he not gone into the stars? Has he the satellites? Has he not doing that? No, mind you, no other nation was able to do that. So I can. No other nation was able to do that. So you can see the amount of pride the so-called white race has on him. He was the only man to go into the stars, and so-called conquer the stars, man. So-called boasting living on Mars. Elon Musk said, in about 5 years, we're going to start sending colonies on Mars, and it's going to be great. Well, you're going to do the same thing You did it here in this earth, you're gonna do it in Mars. You're gonna fuck it up. Okay, I did a lesson maybe a year, 2 years ago. They didn't go to Mars, right? But if we gonna go with that, they say they went to Mars. They got hovers on Mars. They left fucking plastic trash on Mars. That was the article. They left debris on Mars, so they're already polluted. We know they didn't go, but it's using that narrative. Everywhere they go, they bring death, they bring pollution, they bring. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the whole idea is basically like this escape from Earth. Ultimately, they know that destruction is coming, man. You know, so that's why they plan on being in outer space. Yep. They showed that in the movie. I think it was 2012. You know.
It says, in his head reached unto the clouds.
Okay, proud. That's how you know that Esau, even, what I'm saying, just speaking on Obadiah, they said that pride had deceived thee. The Most High put that pride spirit on the devil, man. All right, just like say, we get to Obadiah.
This Daniel 7:20. The 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell.
It's about America.
One vessel of honor and one vessel of
It says, even of the horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things.
Yep. Esau.
Whose look was more stout than his fellows. Back to Job 27. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
This Babylon is great. All right, and how it's going to perish, it's going to go out by thermonuclear missiles. All right, and they'll never be inhabited again, man. All right, you go to Joel, the 2nd chapter. Let's speak about the fire that's coming upon this place. Joel, the 3rd chapter. All right, you go ahead.
Hey, these are. Go ahead, bro.
I was saying, even in Isaiah, it speaks about how you have a shot come with fire. Isaiah 34, and the mist is going to rain upon Babylon the Great.
These are visions, all right, that are very paramount, that the higher ups, they study. And they know deeply what these prophecies mean. They know that they made a movie called The Knowing. And in the movie The Knowing, what's his name?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, the water. He saw America being destroyed. He saw animals being breathed up and stuff. All right? But they showed you the movie, they showed Ezekiel being handed a scroll by the Most High. You see? So, Joel the 2nd chapter, Joel the 3rd chapter, Ezekiel the 2nd chapter, Jeremiah the 51st, they know exactly what these mean.
2nd Ezra 13.
2nd Ezra 13. Yeah, that's the bad one. They know exactly what the vision is. They gave you the matrix, so you won't know.
And the Lord works on their mind too. He sends them visions as well. Just like Balaam, he opened up Balaam's mind. So you don't think the Lord is opening up the mind, showing them visions to come? Oh, like with Elon Musk, going back to that video he did with Jordan Peterson in that interview talking about the AI that's going to be set up. He basically in another interview he was talking about how he knows that AI is going to be their destruction. That he already foreseen their destruction, but he said, "Hey, fuck it, we're gonna still do it anyway." That's the mindset of Esau. They understand that they're going to be destroyed because they know the prophecies. And say they didn't know all the prophecies. Well, now they know because the prophets are here. So now you know everything now, Esau, right? Going to the gates of the nobles, shake the hand, and you may go into the gates of the nobles, right? Prophesy against Mount Seir and say, "Thus said the Lord." So now you understand. If you didn't know, which you have your left hand priesthood that goes into the scriptures, study the scriptures, and this is why you're able to tell lies in Christianity because you know the truth. You know that we're the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? You know that America's going to be destroyed, and the Lord is coming to you in visions, showing you that America's going to be destroyed. That's why they're putting it into movies.
And they've been showing you this in movies, 20, 30 years ago, that the world was going to be taken over by what? AI.
Yeah, movies like Terminator.
Yeah. The whole thing, the world was going to be taken over by AI, man.
Technology.
Technology, man.
If you consider, those are also visions. Those are Most High's visions that he's showing you, but he's just giving it to Esau to show you in more like a cinematic in a cinematic aspect. But also, you have to be a spiritual man to discern, because Esau's gonna throw in his bullshit as well too, because he always wins. Somehow he fights the aliens and beats them, and you know what I mean. But we're still able to see, like, oh shit, they've been foreshadowing what they've been trying to accomplish for a while.
But like we know according to what? The prophecy, that guess what? He's not gonna prevail.
Yeah, that's it.
When he's about to fill his belly.
It's impossible. It's impossible when Yahushua comes to deliver the elect.
Like you got the movie Independence Day, they shot in a soft spot of the chariot.
Yeah.
The chariot had a little soft spot.
Yeah.
So they shot, was it the missile? They shot a missile in a soft spot, man.
I just come down totally.
Yeah.
And it was a small hat. That came up with that whole plan. Just showing you how their level of pride. Amalek. Amalek, he was the mastermind behind, them taking over the aliens, which symbolizes Yahweh Shai.
Because what happens when another country is about to invade your country? A lot of times you'll see ships at the horizon line. Now, what do you have in like Washington, D.C.? You have chariots flying over important headquarters, man. Are those are ships? Those are ships too. It's your shores, man. All right? Those chariots hovering over important establishments in Washington. Yahweh Shai is showing you like, hey, clock ticking, man.
Yep.
There was an episode on Hey Arnold. I forgot the little girl name, but she was taunting him. And she was like, 23 hours, 32 minutes, and 42 seconds until you die. And every day she was going to get closer and closer. 21 hours and 42 minutes and 32 seconds until you die. And that's how this goes chariots, man. They fly over Esau's important establishments, man.
It's a countdown.
It's a countdown, man.
Helga.
Helga, that's her name. Helga, man. I'm a Nickelodeon kid, man.
This is matter of fact, I wanted to get Psalm 73.
Oh yeah, Psalm 73. Yeah.
This is Psalm 73. I can start at 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. But they are no bad in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men."
Yeah, we look at them like they got it, especially the elites. They got $300 million jets, private planes, man.
Yeah.
Like the world is really for them. All right, they're living out the blessing of Esau.
That's it.
How you have the fatness of the earth,
Yeah.
By that sword shall you rule.
That's it.
Hey, we saw that sword do its thing during European colonization, during the Roman Renaissance period, man. When he started to take over the world through his military and through his religion.
And look, going back to the curses in Deuteronomy, 28, how they was gonna get above us. They got above us by what? By the force of the sword.
Come on, man. I mean, we just had a so-called holiday called Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah.
And this is you giving thanks for a massacre. But this prophecy fulfilled, by thy sword shall thy rule.
Yeah, and Esau, he always try to play. Because really, if you look at it right, you got the Passover, right? When we celebrate salvation, but it was a massacre. You see what I'm saying? And Esau's going to have to celebrate the Passover and the new Passover of him being destroyed in the kingdom, just as he's pretty much making us celebrate, like Gad and Reuben and stuff like that, the tribes from taking everything, basically putting you to death, taking your land, putting you to death, oppressing you. All right, here's Thanksgiving in your face.
We're in Hanukkah right now, right?
Yep.
Feast of dedication. And that's we're getting the temple back. So it's spiritual. Because we're getting the temple back spiritually. And the scripture said, I will raise up the tabernacle of David.
Yeah, the Lord is building a temple right now.
That's right.
You got all the lively stones coming together to fit that temple, as Yahweh Shai being that chief cornerstone. And now what the same thing is happening back then. That was happening back then. Now is you have individuals trying to hinder the building, but it still went up. You see what I'm saying? It still went up. So you really can't do nothing against it. It's an unmovable force. Okay.
And you know who? You come out here, you get the police call on, man.
Yeah, guy like yeah.
Okay, we come out here, fucking with it. We're gonna call the police on you, man. You pull up, we call him. All right? Because we're not here to be emasculated. Hey, the scripture says that he's gonna raise up the tabernacle of David. Then it says Judah gonna rise like a lion. You know that it happened in the 60s, right? But it's gonna happen again.
That's it.
So we're not here to be gentle lions. See, Esau has already made us gentle. That's what Esau's doing. He's like a handler. He's like an MK Ultra handler to the lion. Lions have to have handlers. Tigers in the zoos have to have handlers. So the house of David is like a lion. So Esau is using a gentle method right now. Let me give them a handler. Let me sit down and correspond with them and come to an agreement with the doctrine. No, that's like being a handler to you. Calling you a gentleman. That's what you do when you have a handler. You know how to tame this motherfucker.
Well, a handler, right? Is a handler more stronger than a lion? No, absolutely not. So a handler, he has to come. That person that deals with the lion, he got to come in a particular way with that lion. You just can't come up to him. The lion gonna tear your ass up. So you got to come in a very deceptive way. You know, you got to feed them. You know, a lot of times in those zoos, they inject them with like antidepressants or like depressants that like to calm their spirit down. And that's pretty much what Babylon is to calm your spirit down. You see what I'm saying? Because really, Jake should be ready to fucking tear this bitch up, man. Really, if Jake was brought back to a remembrance of what the fuck just happened, man, even the Most High, he got a certain spirit on us, which we put all that energy into this. This is the real battle right now. But if Jake would get carnal, man, Jake would tear this bitch up. So Esau has to come and like, you know, hey, Jesus loves you. You know, God loves everybody. Right. You know, what's it called? Love thy neighbor. You see what I'm saying? He has to come that way because really, if Jake was in their right mind, Jake will fucking tear America up, man.
Well, hey, even the kill, Colin Pot. It was like, man, America takes the heart and soul out of a so-called black man. By the time he's 30, he doesn't have that vigor. He ran down. And he's like, you don't see a 30-year-old doing push-ups in a park, pull-ups, but that's true. By the time Jake's 30, that lion is...
You 30 and through.
30 and through.
You hit 30, bro. It's like right when you hit 30, you through. Yeah. You know, because your testosterone is being, decreased by the food. Also by these fucking hidden frequencies. Okay, I worked in telecommunication for like 6 years, so I know like they shoot crazy shit at people, and the technology is even higher now. That Wi-Fi, there's something called Wi-Fi poisoning. There's a lot of issues with like anxiety and mood issues and stomach issues and all type of shit. Is you get hit with high levels of fucking Wi-Fi, right? In your house, from like you might be in an apartment, right? You got 20 niggas with Wi-Fi, and you getting hit with that shit left and right. So we fucked up with that decrease of your hormones. Right, it messes up fucking everything. Now you just then you can't even get a woman and shit. Fuck. So you like fuck it. You all in porn and shit. You see what I'm saying? Just depleted. You depleted.
Eating fast food.
You drinking nothing but shitty alcohol. You ain't getting no sleep. You see what I'm saying? The black woman is your boss over you. She the supervisor, but you got the Edomite is your boss, and the black woman is your supervisor giving you head.
Emasculated.
Your woman took your children from you. You see what I'm saying? Esau taking money from your check. You see what I'm saying? Your feet hurt, your back hurt. You trying to go into the gym, you know? It's women with boots, big boots. You can't even say nothing to them, you know? So you like, fuck, what do I do?
Cause I've gone to zoos. I'll go to zoos, right? And I see a lion laid out with his back face towards everybody.
Yeah.
I got time for this shit. Right.
But what happens when that motherfucker get out? You see what I'm saying? What happens when he get out of that situation?
And you notice when animals attack, like fucking killer whales, tigers, they'll be tranquilized, right? And they'll be under the spell, but the Most High can always snap the finger, and they'll come back to their nature. What makes you think that can't happen to us, man? Michael was at 5 and 7. Jacob as a young lion, the lion's whelp, man. So the Most High just stepped his feet with the 1/3, and we came back to our nature. So now we're just battling the matrix through the spirit and stay in the spirit.
They always talking to animals. They always thinking.
Yeah. That's right.
16, We're officials right now. The Lord's Spirit pretty soon is going to turn us into hunters.
The spirit hit me. So I'm sorry, brother. The spirit hit me. Christianity, that's the handler. Vocab, he's coming with the Christianity.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the handler.
He's trying to bring you back into captivity under that shit.
I would even think like feminism is the handler for Jake, man. Put us under that feminine vibration, man. Street cultures put us under That's the lions against each other. Like you watch certain networks, they put the apexes in close quarters, so they kill each other. That's street culture. That's black culture, man. But we got all these different facets of weapons against us, man. But now Christianity for the time he's for, man. That's why you can walk right past an Edomite and go run right towards a Jake. Nothing, because you've been programmed since you was 4. This nigga is Caesar Borgia. This nigga is Christ. This white dude got an aura around him. See, anybody got an aura around him. I'm not gonna touch him. But this nigga, I hate him, man.
Right.
But see, we have the good news because that all that is true. Absolutely, of course, that's all true. But the Most High, he left a remnant. And see, that's what's scary. Is us actually standing upon our feet, not getting carnal with your ass.
In the midst of all this stuff you just named.
You know what I mean? And like I said, we should be like, what the fuck? You know, when you first hear the show, you know, man, you know? But the Most High, like, nah, chill. That's gonna happen. Don't worry, I'm gonna get this nigga. Don't worry, I'm gonna rise to the prey. This is what I want you to do. You need to be a spiritual warrior now. I want you to consume him with the spirit of my mouth. So this is the worst thing that can ever happen to Esau, because his stronghold on the people's mind is being destroyed, and that's how he got you. He gets you through your mind, because he doesn't. Now he's not forcing you with a gun. You need to do this. He's basically offering you, hey, you can do this. Do that. See what I'm saying? Here's a choice. The whole time you don't even have really a choice. You're being deceived that Proverbs 12:26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduce them. But the Lord, if I can bring out this precept, this real quick, the Lord left that remnant. This is Isaiah 1:9. It says, Isaiah 1:9, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
So what we doing through the spirit, we're tapping into the spirit. We think about Esau, he plays a carnal game, so we're no longer playing in his playground anymore. We're tapping into the spirit, which means we tap into the heavens of Yahweh Bashim Shai. So we're kind of acting his gameplay. Like, that's how he gets our people. He's talking to them with carnality. So we're no longer in that spirit.
Yeah, I'll read it again. It said, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. You know, we talk about the bad things, you know, we're speaking about the bad things and how Esau oppressed us, right? But we at the end of that shit, man. Okay, we at the end of we in the beginning, we in the time of winning. We in the time of victory. Okay? All those other things, they fell upon us. We did go through all that. But that's given unto the 2/3. Okay? I'll get another scripture. Isaiah 40, is it 54:17 or 45? I think 45:17. No weapon formed against thee.
To send him a savior in a great
I guess
That's the meaning of his name, man.
Isaiah 54:17.
54, yeah, that's it.
It says, no weapon that is formed against
And
thee.
Esau is a weapon. Esau is the weapon, and Esau is the sword of the Most High. That's why he's able to do all these intricate things to oppress and to keep our people down. And we don't even know the half of it.
That's 17.
You see what I'm saying? We don't even know the half. We're not even close to what he has done, right? But regardless of all the shit that he's done, we still here, okay? We still here standing upon our feet, as the scripture said. Okay, after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of the Most High entered into us, and we stood upon our feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw us. So now they on the back row. They fighting on the ropes. We on the attack now, but in the spirit, not with physical, you know, swords and guns and military. You know, you just brother do jiu-jitsu. You got the arm bar. Nah, we doing the arm bar. We doing the guillotine, all that in the spirit with these scriptures. Okay, and he can't combat it. Okay, because he's a carnal man. His gift wasn't the spirit, it was the physical sword. We've been given the sword of the spirit. Okay, it's like
No, so what's it? Isaiah the 47th chapter? How he was weary about the
yeah. Stand down with thy enchantments. It always reminds me it reminds me of the movie Lord of the Rings. And it was the number one, right? The Fellowship of the Rings. And you had those fucking those demons that were on those horses, and they pulled out a sword, but it wasn't a physical sword. And he stabbed Frodo, boom, and Frodo tried to hit him with the physical sword, but he wasn't able to get it because it was a spiritual sword. It cut him spiritually. and he was on his about to die, but it was a spiritual sword. That's Esau. He's getting cut with a spiritual sword. It doesn't. You can't physically see him leaking out. You can't physically see him. You can't physically see him. We don't see him bugging out. We don't see him crying. We don't see him cutting himself. We don't see him going crazy, right? We don't see that, but it's actually happening. And that's gonna manifest into your house shot coming back to finish off the job. Okay?
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn.
And we condemn anybody that come up against this doctrine. Okay, because it's not our doctrine like vocab alone. He's done. He's finished. He's not looking good, and you can't. You are a one man team. It's impossible. It's impossible for you to come against the Israelites. We doing too much works. You see what I'm saying? The spirit of Yahushua is going out on the highest level. And that Christianity bullshit is bullshit. It's actually bullshit. Okay, you got more people leaving Christianity going to witchcraft. Because it's stupid. It don't make no Cesar Borgia. It's played out, man. Okay, more people are going to be inclined to bow down and worship in the beast, taking its MAR to the case. They going to say, to hell with Cesar Borgia, man. Because Jay been screaming on Cesar Borgia for how long? And this nigga haven't came once. Not one time has Cesar Borgia came down and saved our people from the troubles that they're in. But guess what? Yahushua is going to come down and save the remnant of the Lord's people, man. He's going to actually be there. You're going to actually physically see him. Okay? And he's going to come back. He's going to physically save the elect. And he's going to physically destroy them. Okay? So we ain't worried about we ain't worried about your little bullshit ass weapons. The little sound weapons, DNA weapons, all that bullshit.
In 2 Corinthians 10:4, the GNT, the weapons we use in our fight are not the world's weapons, but Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua's powerful weapons, which we use to destroy strongholds.
Yeah, which is his word. You know, we do about who? The name. You know, everything through the name. That's right. Proverbs. All right. The name of the word. Well, guy with the bag you look on.
Okay.
This is Ezekiel 35.
You got something, brother? Okay.
I'm starting at 1. It said, moreover, the words of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against my seer and prophesy against
Right, and that's what our main message we've been speaking today is mainly to the elites. We're not really speaking to low-level Edomites. You know, even you Edomites that might have a couple million. We ain't even talking to you. Just live your life. Just go and do whatever Edomites do.
Yeah.
Just go live your life. You
rejoice on
Yep. What was that, lamentation?
Yeah.
You should be rejoicing, but he ain't rejoicing like he used to rejoice. Because he actually sees his end. Esau pays attention. If Esau looks into everything, right, and he's so knowledgeable on the left-hand side and understands this, understands that, economies, you know, the different astrology and shit, the nigga and the astrology and the numbers and all that, he don't know that his days are numbered. You telling me Esau doesn't know that his days are numbered? He actually studies and will tell you around the exact same amount of time a nation, every kingdom, their rulership, how long they last. I believe it's about 250 years. He goes into the numbers. He studies it, and he's worried. He's like, man, I don't know, man. Hey, man, we gotta do something. That's why he's gonna come with so much fucking wrath. That's why he's gonna be like a madman sparing none in 2nd Ezra the 16th chapter, because he's actually gonna be losing the fucking grip. You see China is taking a different stance against America. You see Iran is taking a different stance against America. Okay, they actually shot missiles into the state of Israel. And these are like protected people. You can't even say nothing to these people. If you say something against a small head, you get fucking deplatformed. Okay? You get debanked. Your life will be destroyed. They shooting missiles over there. So it's an actual different spirit in the earth. Okay? People are not looking at Esau like he's that, he's God's man anymore. Yeah, the great white hope. That's over with, man. That's done. Look at Jake. Jake on these sports. I started watching football again. You know, and I'll come back. I haven't watched football in years, 10 years, I don't know. I'll come back. I'm like, goddamn, every quarterback is a Jake. Like, when did this shit happen? You think the Jake is just taking over everything, man? Okay, as well as the Israelite foreigners. Go ahead.
But it says, and say unto it, thus said the Lord, thus said the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir,
which is the government of Edom,
I am against thee.
The Lord is against you. The Heavenly Father was never with you, Esau. Okay, you going down. And this is a testament that the Most High is raising the prophets to curse your ass out on your same blocks. Where you oppressed us and you beat us down and you murdered us and you raped us, and you still take advantage of us to this very day. You got wicked devices. You got strongholds in America that keeps Jake down. You have Jake's mind. But see, we read Isaiah 1 and 9. If the Lord have not left up to us a very small remnant. So the Lord is only dealing with a small number. Okay, you know the number, Esau. All right, Revelation the 7th chapter. All right, 12,000 out of each tribe. But he's like, man, I don't know which one is which, so I'm just gonna try to get everybody. That's his mindset. You know, he doesn't know exact every member, but he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna take all Jake out so I can disrupt the prophecy. But you're not gonna be able to disrupt the prophecy. This is what we're telling you, wicked elite, you wicked bankers, okay?
And it says, and I will stretch out my hand against thee.
The Lord is stretching out his hand right now. This is the Lord stretching out his hand. He's speaking to your ass, all right? And he's telling you what he's getting ready to do. Go ahead.
And I will make thee most desolate.
And the Lord is going to make you most desolate. He's raising up those Russians. He's raising up them Iranians. He's raising up them Arabs. He's raising up Asia, them Chinese. He's even raising up your own allies. Okay, NATO. NATO is not on the same chord. Okay, the French want to break off. The Germans want to break off. Okay, they want an EU army. They want to leave America. They're not on the same chord. First, 1 minute they with Ukraine, the next minute they don't want to send no arms. Okay, the people of these Edomites in those lands, they damn sure don't want to go to war. So it's a different spirit. You're not in agreement. Well, that's the Egyptian against the Egyptian. The Lord, even though you try to do that to us, break up the tribes. Split the tribe. The Lord just split the tribes up. And yeah, you helped, but the Lord also he broke you Edomites up, man. You're not in one agreement. You elites are fighting. Oh, we need to hurry. Just get him. You know, you had that rough child that just passed away, that just dropped dead on yesterday.
It's like the siren.
Okay.
And the dog. I mean,
So your time is up, and he died in a fire. It could have been set up, whatever it may be. It could have sacrificed, more than likely. But that's pretty much a foreshadow of you being burned up. Okay, so you pretty much foreshadowed your own death before you move on to slavery. You got to serve now. Okay, so go in them lavish bunkers. All right, get nice and tuck, have your servant tuck you in. All right, because the Israelites gonna come back, bust that bitch down, and shackle your ass, man. All right, go ahead.
And it says, I will lay thy city waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Yeah, the beauty of kingdoms, America. And Esau, this nigga, he really love America, like that make America great spirit again. Like Esau, like really feels that when those politicians get up there, Trump get up there, like there's like a bubbly feeling that gets inside of them. They're like, they really believe in it. You see what I'm saying? They really feel it. You know, like when the word come out, you like, oh, man, the word. You start getting jitters sometimes. Certain scriptures come out, certain points start coming. Damn, I heard that scripture before. Hey, it's even harder. You know, you start seeing prophecy. We almost here. We almost home. You know, you get pumped up. Esau, he getting pumped. Yeah, America. We're gonna make it great. Fuck yeah. We get all these goddamn migrants out of here. We're gonna ship them out. We're gonna make America great again. You know, we're gonna have we're gonna have white cities again. We're gonna be on top again. Okay, that's not gonna happen. You're done. This is it. This is literally it. You see what I'm saying? You literally being forced into a war that you don't want to go into. Okay? You're going to be forced into World War III. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, because they have perpetual hatred and have shed the blood of the children of Israel
Well, that-
by the force of the sword.
What that perpetua is that ancient hatred.
Yeah.
That hatred that burns for a long time. So, and how did you conquer us? The sword. And you still your sword is still you still swinging your sword. What is Ezekiel the 21st chapter? The sword is being sharpened. Okay, because you getting ready. You like, man, these niggas has got out of control. I can't even control these niggas. So now I gotta take them out. All right. We hit this one and get your scripture.
And in the time of that calamity, in the time that the iniquity had an end.
Right, so that hasn't happened yet.
So this is Job chapter 14, verse 5. Saying his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Yeah, that's the Most High.
Far worse.
You know, it said Esau up. When you go to Psalms, second chapter, you know, the Most High said, verse 8, how he said he's going to have him in division. He said the power of he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing is a setup. You know what I'm saying? Designed by who? By the Heavenly Father. You just actually seeing it being manifest in the earth. It's happening. You see it. You know, go ahead.
Thou hast appointed his bonds that he cannot pass.
Right, because if he had that power, he would have been dead. But everything is what? According to the Most High time. You know, everything is according to it. You know? Go ahead.
Turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day.
13, 14 chapter.
For there is
Glimpses of the kingdom, man. So you
Yeah, that's pretty much the point in 5. You get Job 8 through 5.
When it links up with Isaiah 54.
in Job chapter 18, verse 5.
All right? And how you know it?
Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine.
That's all his fame and glory. That's what we were saying. That's what we're at the end of your so-called rulership, man. We're glad we're at the end of this damn movie, man. What's the scripture say? Better than the end of the beginning?
Yeah.
Yep. So, hey, with that, hopefully you all was edified. Once again, we'd like to give all the glory again too. We double once again to our apostles and elders, great millstone, salutations to all you sincere like it. And also, let's keep pushing forward. Shalom.
Right, because you know, like what? Endurance and change probably